The Great California Shakeout is a statewide program designed to help people and organizations prepare for major earthquakes and practice how to respond when they happen. On October 21st, the staff at City Hall in Rancho Palos Verdes participated in an emergency drill. The premise of the drill was a 7.8 magnitude earthquake striking the Los Angeles basin. During a real emergency, RPV city staff would set up an Emergency Operations Center, otherwise known as the EOC. The EOC is essentially the command center at City Hall from which the city would plan and deploy its resources to respond to the emergency. During a real emergency, the EOC could be set up in approximately 20 minutes. The EOC has direct communication with the amateur radio operators working in the city's Emergency Communications Center, which is located in the Annex building on City Hall grounds. Working with the amateur radio operators, which may be the only form of communication available during a major disaster, the EOC staff was able to receive and respond to information from the Lomita Sheriff's Department and from other amateur radio operators who live in the various neighborhoods throughout the community. Using a custom database from a Geographic Information System, or GIS mapping system, the city of RPV is able to gather and record information about the incidents and display it on a large screen on a side-by-side map. At 10:21 a.m., City Hall employees were notified that the earthquake drill had struck. Everyone had to duck, cover, and hold on. Then every employee had to evacuate the building. The staff collected outside at the city park. Everyone was accounted for. Then the building inspectors were sent through each structure to make sure the buildings were safe, and they put green sheets on the buildings to verify there was no damage. Once they were declared safe, the employees re-entered the buildings. The city manager directed the staff assigned to the EOC to begin their exercises. In this hypothetical situation, the 7.8 earthquake had damaged many roads and structures around the city. Immediately upon opening the EOC, the entire city council was notified and asked to respond. In an emergency, the city manager acts as the EOC director and the department heads act as section chiefs. As the EOC director, one of the first messages Carolyn Lair received was that all county emergency services were tied up and that our city, for the time being, was on its own. Some of the hypothetical incidents included landslides, downed power lines and trees, fires, road hazards, and damaged structures. One of the most extreme was damage to Montessori School, located at the city's Ladera Linda Community Center. Incident information was collected in a variety of ways, including amateur radio operators stationed throughout the city. The Emergency Communications Center managed incoming radio communications from volunteers around the city. The reports are immediately sent to the EOC at City Hall. All reported incidents are logged into the Incident Management System, or IMS. The EOC director then delegates which section should handle the situation. In this case, a power line has been reported down, and the operations section is notified through the IMS and will decide if barricades are needed. If barricades are needed, the logistics section will be notified and will release the appropriate supplies. As incidents were reported to the EOC, they were logged into the city's GIS system at the PVNet Annex. This created a map for all situations that were displayed for reference back at the EOC. The GIS allows the staff to see the whole image of the incidents in the city. During an emergency, the members of the City Council have critical roles to fill. They include declaring a local emergency, conferring about the status of the city's response to the event, and communicating with the media and the public. Around 12 p.m. that day, Mayor Steve Wolowitz and RPV City Council member Brian Campbell held a mock press conference.
First thing I want to do is I want to thank all of the City Hall staff for being here. City Hall is open. The EOC is open and functioning. We've been in contact with all of the various departments and the assignments. There's a lot of information we don't have yet, but we'll bring that to you as it comes up. First thing that we'd like to do, and this is from city staff and the City Council also, we want to express our condolences for those people who have suffered injuries, property damage. We're all in this together. You're not alone. You have a city government that's up and functioning, and we're hoping to provide you assistance and help as we go through this very terrible disaster.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. My name is Brian Campbell. I'm on the City Council. We are asking all residents to check on their neighbors, their immediate family, and render whatever assistance that you're able to. We have no way to contact neighborhood watch groups at this time. Neighborhood Watch should feel free to act independently on its own in regards to its own contingency planning. We don't have any information available regarding estimates on property damage, injuries, or fatalities. Public is requested, if you have a family emergency plan, to immediately initiate that.
The drill concluded with one more aftershock.
Reassurance and so on. This incident. Alert! 7.0! Aftershock! Drop, cover, hold! Drop, cover, hold! Drill ends! Congratulations, everybody!
This message was brought to you by RPV TV.